All right, what's up everyone? We need hip internal rotation because as we pass parallel in the squat, your hip actually goes through internal rotation before it goes back through external rotation. Sometimes those caving knees are a good thing, not a bad thing, don't forget about it. But what you commonly see people do for internal rotation is like that passive 90-90, and while that's not a terrible thing, it's only getting you passive range of motion, it's not giving you active range of motion. So if we have weak hip internal rotation, we need to strengthen it against resistance. So while we're doing this, there's zero resistance. Even if we then take that and do that, that's end range stuff. It's not going to a full range of motion and it's not giving you any added resistance other than the weight of your ankle. So we're gonna take a band for this strategy, loop it under the foot, and I'm gonna do this two ways. One is progression. But the first one would just be, the band's around the foot, I will wrap it under the opposite arm, and now I'm in external rotation, and I'm gonna go to internal rotation. So I just lay back and I turn this way. That is giving me just direct isolation of internal rotation from the right hip. The progression would be to turn to the side. I've done it before because now the floor is gonna put my left hip into internal rotation and I can strengthen that internal rotation on the right side against the band resistance. I can make this tighter or heavier band if I want. And I'm just focusing on turning the hip only until my heel is higher than my knee and pausing, coming up. Once I've established that, the next progression is once I turn to then press out a little bit, and you're gonna feel a lot of glute here when you do that. Don't press fully out, you'll snap the band. But as I do that turn and press out, that is exactly what's happening when we're coming out of the hole. When you hear people say that he has weak glutes or he lost his glutes, you didn't lose shit, your glutes didn't fall off of you. But if you're unable to get internal rotation under load and come back out, that's when you tend to see that collapse. That body comes in and caves in because it lost stability from the hips. So by strengthening internal rotation with resistance, you'll be stronger out of the hole in the squat and probably also squat deeper, and you don't have to complain about the judges that way because you lift to a better standard. But strengthen your hip internal rotation, watch your squats go up, and watch your hips get healthier for sumo deadlifts as well, so you don't get that overuse of external rotation. All right, try it.